Alright, welcome back YouTube. So I went ahead and finished the kind of brown wash over the purple. And you can see I just left the purple barely visible in some of the nastiest spots. And I don't think it looks as purple in life as it does on the camera, but you get the picture. So now what we're doing, the mix that we just did of the brown and or the terracotta and the flesh tone and green, I added a little bit of white to that mix, and now we're going to go over the higher the higher spots to just kind of deepen the shadows. So this is a good spot to show you what we're doing. You see that? I added just a little bit of white because you don't want as much contrast as what we had in the purple. And honestly, I think that was probably too purple. So part of this, what we're doing now, is just to mellow out some of that. And with this layer, you want to focus on the higher surfaces, the broad surfaces, the parts that would catch the most light. When you go over cracks like this, you want to lay your brush flat so you don't fill the cracks, like right here, because you still want those cracks to be shadowy inside. Okay. We're just painting on the light. So the undersides, maybe just barely. You're definitely not taking the brush all the way to the cracks. You want to leave the cracks dark. And if you do get a bit carried away on this layer, that's okay, because we're going to add probably a few more layers after this. Go ahead and highlight his man boobs. Now Cryx is already a creepy faction, but once you figure in the man boobs, it's pretty much terrifying to your enemies on the tabletop. I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the view so you can see what I'm doing. This part has a lot of cracks. This part in the back here to me looks absolutely nasty and painful. So we're definitely going to give that area a lot of attention. But we don't want to over highlight it, because I think really that area is going to be festering and gross by the time we're done. And his stitched butt. How's that look? Still really purple in some places. That's okay. Next we're going to add even more white to the mixture we've been using. More white and more of that green. The slate green, the Cryx green is what I'm going to start calling it. Unless that's copyrighted, in which case I won't. But it's pretty light. Making sure he's dry, we're going to go back over just the highest parts of him. These are the parts that would be catching the most light. Like right there. Here. Just there. Certainly his big heaving man breasts would be glistening in the sun. Certainly. I'm concentrating very hard. It's hard to ramble when I'm concentrating. It's really all I can do not to mouth breathe into the camera microphone. How's that look? Not too bad, eh? Okay. Now normally I wouldn't do this step until I'm completely done with everything else, but I'll probably do all of his metal parts in a different video, but so you guys can just kind of see how his skin is going to end up looking. I always go last over just about everything with this stuff, which I've told you about it. I know, I'm in love with it. It's pretty, I think I have a problem, but what I like to do is just go in all the cracks like this, just ever so gently. You see how it outlines everything? All the places where he's plugged in are going to stand out. They're going to look greasy and oily. Like every Cryx model should look. It's also going to kind of blend with the too much purple that we put in his cracks. Okay. Now I'm not going to complete it like this. because I'm going to go back after I finish all of his metal parts and do this again. I just wanted to give you an idea, just see how that makes everything, it just outlines everything and makes it more visible, more detailed. It looks like you worked a lot harder than you did. And there's washes that do this too. I've actually got brown wash here. It's, what is it, Reaper? MSP, yeah, it's Reaper. So I haven't used this. Maybe I'll give it a shot. I'm closing in on 11 minutes of video, so the end of this video might be me ruining my model with this brown wash, but I've never really tried it before, so let's give it a shot. We'll go over on this side. It's not too bad, huh? And I suppose on flesh, a brown wash makes more sense than a black one anyway. Well, yeah, I think that'll look pretty good. Alright, well, I hope you found this video informative. If you're painting a Bloat Thrall, I'll warn you that they're not really the best in combat, but it is nice to have a ranged unit. And Cryx is lacking in ranged units. It's nice to have something to kind of flush your opponent out so they can't just stay back and take pot shots at you the whole game. But I think he has a rat of 4, something not very good. I'm going to get a good zoom so you can kind of see what we've done. This is the brown side. This is the black side. Pretty gross, huh? Alright, see you next time.